Hello, Aries. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Aviana. This is Aviana's Ascension, and today we are going to see what is coming your way for the month of April. So I've already done Aries season readings for all the signs. So if you haven't tapped into that, definitely make sure you go and check that out. So far, I just feel like you guys are on fire. Like I just feel like you are feeling cool. You're feeling good. It's like what it do, nephew. You are coming out the box, feeling good, feeling right. It's your season. It's your time, right? It's your birthday, right? So you guys are feeling good. Okay, see, we have, okay, growth, construction. Okay, and both of these are the prince and princess of wheel. So I definitely see something, I feel like gaining momentum. We see both of these wheels here. So I just feel like you guys could be traveling, could be going somewhere. And if it's not like physical travel, I feel like there's a lot of growth, maybe in career, in your spiritual self, maybe in a relationship. But you've definitely learned a lot. And I feel like you're putting that wisdom into good use. You're taking advantage of the resources around you. You're really enjoying the present moment. I really like this. I like this energy. Yeah, so I just feel like it's your time to shine right now, Aries, for sure. And if you're not feeling that way, get ready because I just feel like there's a significant shift that's going to be happening for you guys. In your Aries season reading, there was definitely an energy of a soulmate coming in, some sort of significant partnership. So, let me know if that's been happening or if you could see that, you know, coming together. We did have the full moon lunar eclipse in Libra on March 25th. So that just happened, right? And that's all about releasing, letting go, all about, letting go with grace, with balance, especially in relationships, right? Because that's with Libra. And then with the Aries season, your soulmate coming in, you guys could have recently let go of something big and now you're finally starting to feel light, starting to feel, like better after that big realization, that big shift. Okay, so let's see what's going on. See, yeah, we have peace at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so this is putting your defenses down. This is accepting something. This is deciding you don't want to argue. You don't want to be, disruptive or aggressive or defensive. Like you're accepting something for what it is, I feel. And see, there's two people here. So for a lot of you, I feel like that could have had something to do with a relationship, whether that's romantic, family, friend, work, whatever. I just feel like you're really accepting something. And see, and there's love, the Two of Cups. Okay, so maybe for some of you, you're finally accepting, I'm not going to fight this relationship anymore. For some of you, you could have decided, let me walk away from this. And that's when your new person comes in. Like I said, in that Aries season reading, we got that energy. And with the priestess evolution, all of this is coming about because of inner work, because of doing your shadow work, because of healing, because of accountability, right? You allowed yourself to grow. You allowed yourself to look at the parts of you that, you maybe had a hard time accepting, and you made space for them, love for them, appreciation. See, and now you're balanced, Yeah, balanced. There's been a transformation here. All right, let's see what's going on for you. We're gonna do a 10 card spread just to see what's happening for Aries season, or not for Aries season, for the month of April. That's what we're doing. Okay. But this is your present situation. Okay, you guys may not be able to see all the cards. Let me bring it in there. Present situation, what's going on in the subconscious, what's going on mentally, how is something affecting your mind, the emotional desire. Okay. What's going on in the heart center, the influence of the higher self. How a previously unrealized pattern. Okay. How you can be complacent, how you rule your kingdom. This is how you see yourself in the world, the feminine energy. This is your masculine energy, your spiritual aspirations. And why is all of this happening? Okay. Okay. Excuse me. Let's slide you down. Okay, so definitely what I'm getting here is that there's a need to let go of control, a need to genuinely go within for happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment. And in doing that, you realize that something actually isn't right for you. Okay. And again, like I was saying, we just had that that full moon lunar eclipse in Libra, right? Lunar eclipse all about letting go, having big realizations. Okay, so I feel like this may be kind of like how you're moving forward, or maybe the realizations you've had during this time. But let's get into it. Let's see what's going on for you, Aries. Okay, so for your present situation with order, this is about, I feel like you're really focusing on getting something right, focusing on moving towards something, right? Eye on the prize, right? There's a dart here. Some of you guys could like to play darts, or maybe you have like a dartboard somewhere. Um, but I feel like this is staying focused. But this is also about being very meticulous, right? This is kind of a little bit of a micromanage energy. Okay, you could be trying to be a little too controlling where you need to allow something to flow. Okay, because where you allow something to flow is where you move with more trust, where you have more faith in yourself and your blessings. You know things are meant for you, so you don't have to force control, micromanage so much. And I feel like that's what needs to be realized here. Okay, let's see what else comes through for me. Okay, so I just saw like an astronaut in my mind. So some of you guys could like space and things like that, but I also got the vibe of like daydreaming, you know? Like I feel like you may not be really in the present moment all the time, you know? You may need to allow yourself, like, there's a lot of teaching moments, a lot of guidance that happens for you in present moments. And whenever you are only in your mind or only thinking, reviewing, analyzing, you may be missing out on some of these important realizations, you know? Feel like you need to take more advantage of the things that are happening around you. Like I'm really noticing like these little like stars around this card. So I feel like, yeah, it's like a big energy of like there's more to it than just this. I'm also being reminded of like having more gratitude. You guys could be going towards a lot of plans. You have a lot of big goals for yourself. And maybe you're not celebrating your wins enough, you know? I had a big realization the other day that it's like I'm somewhere where I like used to pray to be, with the success with my business and things like that. Like I used to, really wish and try and dream to be where I'm at today. And so I need to sit here and have more gratitude for this present moment and not keep focusing on where I want to be, where I want to be, where I want to be, you know? Feel like it's time to kind of sit and pause and allow yourself to take a second to really embrace the situation you're in. All right, so what is lying behind the situation in your subconscious? We have the delay card, the Seven of Discs, Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so I definitely feel like maybe the reason for so much focus, micromanaging, control, whatever, however it's manifesting, is due to the fear of delay. Like you're worried that like if I don't keep going, if I don't push myself, if I'm not overworking, if I'm not, always thinking of how I can bring something in, bring this thing in, achieve whatever, then it won't happen. And that's what I meant when I said that operating like that can be out of not trusting yourself or your blessings or the universe or whatever. I feel like it's definitely like a fear of like you don't want to be in the way of your blessings. So you go work overtime to make sure you're staying in alignment and doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're exactly where you're supposed to be, Aries. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're on the exact right timeline. You can't compare yourself to others or to your past self. I get a big feeling that a lot of this worry comes from maybe in the past you messed up an opportunity, or maybe you made a mistake or delayed something, whatever. With that energy, just know again, everything happens exactly how it's meant to. You know, you were meant to make that mistake. You were meant to learn that lesson because now you've learned and now you're moving differently this time. But you don't have to be so hard on yourself. Your blessings are coming in. You don't have to move with so much fear or doubt or I definitely get this fear that you're going to mess up, but you're not going to. So you don't have to be so worried, so controlling. So you don't I keep telling myself recently, you don't have to force, control, manipulate, or doubt or whatever to get your expectations met. You can have faith and trust and get your expectations met. And whenever you move with that energy, most likely it'll be an even better blessing than you were thinking. You know what I mean? So just allow yourself to go with the flow more. You don't have to be worried about yourself making a mistake again. You don't have to worry about, missing an opportunity. You're doing exactly what you're meant to be doing. Okay? Move with a little more faith and trust for yourself. All right, so yeah, how this is affecting your mind and how you're holding it in your mind is instability. Yeah, it's just like you're just looking for the cracks in the foundation. You're just looking for the mistakes. You're just waiting for something to fall. This to me is like a doomsday prepper. You're just waiting for the end of the world. You don't have to focus on that. If you focus on that, you're like manifesting this outcome. And you don't want to do that. You know, don't self-sabotage like that. Don't play yourself like that. Everything's going to work out perfectly if you trust and believe that. And you can't wait for the physical to prove that to you, because the physical is the last thing to shift, right? So if this is the energy you're operating in, that's what you're going to manifest, right? And then you're just going to prove to yourself, see, I knew it. You create your own reality, Aries. You know, you're the one that's in control of what happens. Your external world is a reflection of your internal world. Recognize that. Reclaim your power. Stop worrying. Stop putting fear out there and doubt, because it's only going to manifest this negativity. You know, I definitely suggest listening to some meditations, affirmations, maybe doing some journaling to get these fears out there. Whatever makes you feel better, maybe listening to music that's more positive or about, feeling stable, whatever you got to do. There's a shift in your perspective that needs to happen here, because you're focusing on things going wrong. And it's not to say that you need to put your head in the sand and only focus on the positive. That's not what I'm saying. Like, I understand you have to prepare for the future and you need to, know what's coming around the corner, right? But there's a positive and healthy way to do that. Hoping for the worst, which is, whether you recognize it or not, that's what you're doing, you know? And I understand why, maybe there were past mistakes, but that's not who you are anymore. And those things happen so you could learn that this isn't what you want. So you could learn how to avoid situations like that. Take that and not the repercussions so much, you know? Because this isn't where you're going to be. This isn't what has to happen for you. But if you sit in this energy and ruminate, that's what's going to happen. So choose to focus on the positive. What happens if things do work out? You know? Okay, so emotional desire. We have energy, Ace of Swords here. So yeah, I feel like you're just ready for excitement. You're ready for clarity. And I see these feathers here. I feel like you're ready to have a clear mind, most of all. You're ready for a lightness. And I don't know if this is like a financial stability thing or what this energy is coming from, but you're just ready for, yeah, I just feel like it's mostly like you're tired of overthinking, you're tired of being unsure, you're tired of being fearful. But you have to understand that that's a choice, right? No, I get you can't control. Sorry about that, Aries. I never know which mic is charged up or not, but I did just charge this one, so we're all good. Okay. Anywho, but yeah, with the Ace of Swords energy, I just definitely feel like you're wanting a sense of clarity. You're wanting to stop overthinking. And you have to understand that, you are in control of your thoughts, right? Like you can choose to give them so much power, so much weight. If you find yourself overthinking a lot, being fearful, either choose to like redirect your thinking, like choose to focus on, well, what if the positive happened? And if that seems hard, focus on your breath, Your focus is, or your breath is always present, it's always grounded, is always, in the now and not worrying, not fearful, right? So literally say to yourself, inhale, exhale. Before you know it, you're meditating. You know what I mean? I just want to emphasize the ability to control your own thoughts, control your own thinking pattern, to focus on the positive, and that will really change your life. As someone who's made the shift, I can't emphasize it enough, you know? All right, so the influence of the higher self, what's going on at the heart center is joy. And what's beautiful about this card is it's about finding joy, happiness, peace within. Like I was saying, all of these things come within, come from you, right? Sorry, I'm drinking a smoothie too. It's honestly delicious. Made myself a smoothie today. See, and that's a cup too. So some of you guys, like, I don't know, I feel like a little bit of self-care, whether that's like making yourself a nice drink or going and getting a little treat for yourself, like you need to do those things more, right? And that's what I mean. Instead of like preparing for the worst, focusing on the negative, do more, be more intentional about finding the positive, finding the happiness and joy in your life now. And in doing that, it will create more of it, right? You'll attract it to you more, you know? It's not about, okay, if this happens, then I'll be happy. No. It's about being happy yourself, and then you'll see that happiness then comes to you, right? It's like think of yourself as like a flower that's trying to attract a bee. Bees want to come to healthy flowers that have got pollen and they've got sun and water and they're doing good, right? So that flower is going to, you know, bring in the the sun and like, however the cycle works, you know what I'm saying. The flower is going to do all that, right? In order to attract a bee, right? So think of yourself as like a flower, you know? What do you need to absorb? Where do you need to go? Who is it you should be around? What are the thoughts you should have? Ask yourself, what does that version of me, what does that Aries look like? How is that Aries feeling? What are the habits? How does that person behave, dress? And then be that, because that's who you are. You don't have to prepare and worry and be so fearful. You don't have to do that. You know, you have the opportunity to be light and to be happy now. It's just about choosing to do so and recognizing that it is your choice. And that's how you take your power back from fear and doubt. And I know it's hard, but it's possible. You can do it. Alrighty. So, this is a previously unrealized pattern. Okay, so this could be like a cycle you're stuck in, or it could also be how the revolutionary part of yourself moves, like how you kind of like how you shift, how you go through changes, kind of thing. Okay, so with the King of Wands innovation, this is a good energy, right? This is your energy, Aries, right? So I do like the idea of like you mostly like to focus on yourself. I do like the idea of you being confident, of you feeling powerful, standing your ground, going after what you want to go after. You know, you may really embrace challenges, and maybe that's kind of like why you go on the default go to the, you know, taking the challenge head on kind of thing and trying to figure out how to solve things kind of thing. But I feel like it's about recognizing that you don't have to work so hard to maintain this energy. This is just who you are, you know? I feel like just recognizing that this isn't something you have to prove, work towards, deserve, or, you know, complete a checklist and then you're showing up as your highest self. You already are your highest self. I feel like you need to recognize that you can choose to be in that energy now. Like I just said, what does this version of you look like? How do they behave? What does it feel like to be them? Just embody that. And there you are, them. You're him, you're her, you're them. You know what I mean? It's already done. You just have to acknowledge that and recognize that. You know what I mean? And I feel like the way this could be like a destructive pattern is just getting like a heightened version of this, hyper heightened version of this. And that version of the King of Wands can be very like aggressive and like a little cocky and like just impulsive, right? So it's like almost like overcompensating for something that you already are. You know what I mean? And it's almost like you want others to say like, "Oh my goodness, there's Aries in that energy, you know. They can overcome anything." But it's like they don't need to do that and recognize that you do. And once you're there, you won't need that from others. You won't feel the need to, you know, make sure nothing happens. You know, like you'll just feel a lot more comfortable and trusting in yourself. Because, yeah, like this is already who you are, you know? Own it. Okay. So this could be how you rule your kingdom, okay? Or how you're complacent, right? So we have the dominion, and you know, to me, it's definitely about like control, right? And with delay here and like the energy there, I definitely feel like you tend to try to control a little too much. And I feel like it has to do with maybe other people's um like view of you, you know? Because Dominion, you know, with the dark and the light, this is about balance, which is a good energy. It's a good thing to have, right? And you've got the sun and then like this kind of darker figure. This is a good way to rule your kingdom, right? But I just definitely feel like it can teeter over to a little bit of controlling. And I think that happens because you don't recognize that you already are this balanced person. You already are in control. You already are moving towards your blessings. You don't have to prepare or fear your instability. You already have this happiness and peace. You know what I mean? So it's like once you come to that awareness, you won't feel the need to control or feel the need to prove to people who you are. You already will be, you know? I definitely feel like that's what you're moving towards. Okay, because remember at the bottom of the deck, we had all this, right? So you're definitely moving towards a more balanced energy. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with like you recognizing that it's not about what other people think about you, but about what you think about you and you having trust in yourself. All right. So, how you see yourself in the world, and this is like the feminine mother energy. And we all have feminine, masculine energy within us, right? And our feminine energy is about like, who we are, the flow, going with the flow, your intuition. To me, it's all about being, things like that, if that makes sense for anyone. Okay. But with success here, the Ten of Cups, I really love this card, right? So we have like this snake, which is like everything's eternal, right? And then with like the cups here, they're balancing the water evenly between them all. And then there's layers of dirt here, which is all balanced. All of this is just recognizing, representing complete acceptance of who you are, all parts of yourself. This is moving with balance. This is having emotional fulfillment within. And this is recognizing that there's certain parts of you that, you had to be in order to learn certain lessons, in order to heal from certain things. And it's not about, when you move on or heal from those parts, it's not about judging yourself or judging those versions of you, but loving them and accepting them and having gratitude for them because they helped you get to who you are now. And they'll help you become who you're going to be, you know? I feel like that's more so the approach we should take with this kind of stuff, kind of recognizing, I appreciate the parts of me that, plan and hustle and overwork and overthink because I needed that part of me at a certain time. I needed that part of me to help me get here, right? But now I can move with more trust for myself. Now I can move, with more clarity, listening to my intuition. I can have more faith. I know who I am now, and I love all the parts of me that I had to be to become this. But now I can, slowly release with love and acceptance the parts of me that may be hindering me now. And that's all about that full moon lunar eclipse, too. Love it. Fierce. And see, that kind of looks like, you know, the moon, kind of. I like it. All right. So, with the masculine energy, father energy, spiritual aspirations, you have completion. Absolutely. I love it. So this is all about, you know, fully accepting all parts of yourself. And this is fully accepting and embracing your purpose here. And this is kind of like, surrendering to a higher power, right? Whether that's, to you, a higher power can be whatever you want it to be. It can be your higher self, your soul. It can be God, the universe. It can be Allah, whatever. Muhammad, what doesn't matter to me, right? But this is just accepting that there's something higher than you. For me, it's my soul and my higher self, you know? For me, it's understanding that I'm not a body, I'm not Aviana, I'm not a mind, I'm not the thoughts, the feelings. I am just a soul. And this soul is here to grow and evolve. And that's how I allow myself to flow and not have so much attachment, so much worry, so much fear, but just acceptance. And that allows you to have fun. And that's where you're going towards. And I feel like a big part of that is accepting all parts of you, all experiences you had to go through to get here. You know what I'm saying? All right, my favorite card, I love it. Root cause, pattern, why this is happening is satiety. Okay. So, and I like this because this is like the beginning and the ending, right? It began with this, it'll end with this. And satiety, an overabundance. Okay. So in the beginning, I feel like it was an overabundance of things you no longer needed, overthinking, fear, micromanage, right? But in the end, you will have an overabundance of inner peace, happiness, light, completion, See the shift that's happening here? It's very beautiful. And you had to go through this in a way to recognize like what having an abundance of something didn't work for you. You needed to know what that felt like. So then you knew that proves to you that abundance is real though, right? That proves to you that anything can happen. An abundance of something, whether it's good or bad, is beautiful because it shows you there's an abundance of something, you know? And you're going to learn how shifting your perspective, how focusing on the gratitude will get you an overabundance of what you do want. And that'll also show you your power too. That's fierce. I love that. I love that. That's fierce. That's powerful. All right. Claim that. Okay. We're going to pull an oracle card. That was fierce. I really liked how that message came through. If that resonated for you, Aries, let me know with a like, a comment. Love to hear from you guys. And definitely subscribe, help the channel grow, all that good stuff. All right, but definitely claim that energy, you know. This is your season, this is your time. And, you know, we have that solar eclipse happening on April 8th. So I would definitely like get into this energy, recognize what you need to recognize, let go of what you need to let go of with love and gratitude, and get ready for a powerful year. You know, 2024 is definitely going to be a big one. I felt it. I feel it. I claim it. Let's do it. I like this. I like this energy a lot. Yeah, I definitely like tapping in for Aries season and tapping in for the month coming up too, because definitely two very different energies. I mean, both of it is very abundant, right? But this is about like your inner work, and the other one was definitely more so about your soulmate coming in and things like that. So I like that. I like this energy, this shift that's happening. See, that's fierce. Okay. So yeah, let's look at the bottom though real quick, because we have transmutation. So that's what's happening. Like you're going from worry to like gratitude, abundance. Breathe in your trueness, recognizing that you don't have to worry so much. What are you becoming? Heal your heartbeat. Come to calm. Yeah, you're starting to calm. You're overthinking. You're starting to shift. Like it's that energy isn't gonna go anywhere, right? Like that it's like a pulsing, it's energetic, it's hyper, right? That's good to have that, but shift it into something that works for you, you know? And see, I hit that joy. Okay, fierce. So we have ebb and flow with moonstone. This is a moonstone tower. It's a rainbow moonstone tower, though. Anywho, let's look for it. Okay. So you guys may want to get a moonstone crystal carried around with you for the month of April. But let's see what's going on. Ooh, I like this. Ebonstone, Ebonstone, that's funny. I read Ebonstone, Moon and Flow. Ebb and flow, okay? Mama Moon rules the waters, pulling the tide and singing to the ebb and flow within our own watery bodies. And see, that's definitely talking about more balance for you, Aries, because like we were saying here, and you're a fire sign. So definitely time to tap into your more feminine, watery energy. All right, as the moon's acolyte, Moonstone holds the mystery of water, teaching us to swim in our own depths and find our own rhythm of waxing and waning. When you feel disoriented by new places or experiences, or when the pull of modernity has taken you away from the mysteries of the natural realms, Moonstone will guide you back. Yeah, so some of you guys could be more, yeah, definitely more focused on like the material, practical, and it's time to kind of come back to your truth, to your roots, your soul. She is a stone for the journey, from dark to light, from inner to outer, from winter to summer. Steadfast in her gentle Steadfast in her gentle assertion that everything comes around again. Flowing with life's tide, she assures you, will lead to renewal. And that's exactly what we were saying. This is definitely about going with the flow, and that's going to help you attract your abundance and be in a balanced energy. You're in a forcing mode right now, and you have to shift that. This is cool though. I like that energy. That's positive. That's good stuff. All right. Thank you for hanging out with me, Aries. That is all I have for you today. If this resonated, let me know with a like, a comment, definitely subscribe. If you guys would like to check out any of the spiritual services I provide, I do personal readings, ceremonies, online classes, and things like that. All that information will be on my website. I definitely encourage you guys to sign up for my newsletter. I like to send out little spiritual guidance and revelations I've gained. I just did a lunar eclipse edition. That one was super cool. But definitely, check the stuff out. I've got all my social media in the description box below as well. But that's all I have for you today, Aries. Thank you for joining me. I will see y'all next time. Bye bye.